It started as a studio thing. We got the electronic kit several years ago, and I actually recorded all the drums for Judas and the new record with
Ah,
electronic drums. Because in the studio, you can record to MIDI, and then you can sound replace, and you can do all those things. And
yeah,
so we started doing that in the studio. So what you hear in the studio is you're hearing real drums, but they're just, they're laid on top of the MIDI signal. And a
yeah,
lot of people do it that way.
yeah.
Um, it's a real time saver. It's a budget saver, you know. So, and I really enjoy it in this. I enjoyed it a lot in the studio because you don't have to worry near as much about miking. You don't have to worry about heads, drum heads backing off,
Yeah,
things like that.
true.
Um, it made for a very, a relaxed studio experience as far as the laying tracks is concerned. And then, so Rich and I, when we were playing together in the Guardians of the Jukebox band, which is a '80s, tribute to the golden age of MTV '80s music. It only makes sense to play an electronic kit in a band like that,
Yeah,
um, particularly when you're playing in some smaller venues, and it just gives you much greater control over the sound. And I'm a very loud drummer,
yes.
so it helped take care of that. And so we were playing with the electronic kit live with Guardians of the Jukebox, and then uh, when we played at Chris's birthday, when the first Jericho Fest, which was at his house on his 50th birthday in 2020, I brought both kits because we both bands were playing. The Guardians were playing and Fozzy was playing.
Okay.
And so I brought the electronic kit and I brought the acoustic kit. We were going to play the electronic kit for the Guardian set, and then and also play the acoustic kit for the Fozzy set. And just from a logistical standpoint, it was starting to become, let's just use the electronic kit for both sets. It's just easier for this
Yeah,
show. And
absolutely.
once we did that, particularly our front of house guy Sam was just like, "Oh my God, that sounded so amazing!" And I was like, "Uh-oh, I think we've created a monster here." And that's when, because Rich is using Kempers, and he's not using live cabinets on stage anymore.
Right.
And just so in terms of having a quiet stage, that's where the decision came from, is we want a quiet stage. So
I understand
um
why. Yeah, totally
yeah, so
understand.
the decision was made to use the electronic drum kit. So for the US run that we did in September and the UK run that we just did in December, I was using the Roland V-Drums. And
Wow.
it has its advantages. I'm not going to say it doesn't, and I would definitely recommend anybody out there looking into it. Um, there was definitely advantages, but for the Guardians, I enjoyed using the electronic kit, but I didn't really enjoy it using it for Fozzy. It wasn't
Mm.
terrible, but you know, I just that was also one of the reasons that I decided to step away, was because I didn't really feel like I was being myself anymore, because I'm a loud, hard-hitting drummer and I love, feeling the sticks hit the heads and hit cymbals, and you lose that feel, and
Yeah.
I wasn't happy playing the electronic kit and Fozzy. And so I just felt like I had kind of, I didn't even know who I was anymore. I was trying to
Mm.
be, and I think it's good to be the kind of person who can adapt. I definitely think that adapting and, being a trooper in a band and being willing to try different things, and things like that. I think that's an important thing. But you also have to realize that if you don't, draw a line in the sand somewhere and say, no, this is the kind of player that I am, you'll
Mm.
you'll lose who you are. And that's what I was starting to do. I was like, I mean, this isn't even who I've been all my life. All my life I was the guy who hit hard and was a loud drummer, and I liked that,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I
that's
wasn't that
definitely
anymore.
no. Yeah. Well, that was certainly part of. when I got to see you live a few times,
Mm-hmm.
I was obviously watching you a lot being a drummer, but it was like, yeah,
Right.
really hard hitting rock drummer. That's what you want in that kind of band. And I know you can still hit electronic drums hard, but there's only so much velocity you can get out of them
Yeah.
because it's all
Well,
the control.
you can hit them somewhat hard, but you
Yeah.
still have to, you still have to be, back off a little bit. And we would play, we played some festivals on that last US run, and some people would kind of, laughingly be like, I was watching from the side and all I could hear was like clickety clack, clickety, clickety,
Yeah.
clickety clack, like it's so weird to see you up there playing and not hearing any drums, just hearing like wood hitting plastic or wood hitting rubber, and
Yeah,
and
that's a good
so that
point.
was just like that was I wasn't I wasn't enjoying it very much. So
No.
I I
So,
I don't
yeah.
want to, I'm not trying to be critical and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. But one of the things I promised myself after all this was that I'm gonna be, honest about the things I feel, and I'm not gonna hold anything back. I really wasn't happy playing electronic drums, I have to say.
Trouble